we had 4,500 members.
What? And you said there's 200 today?
Yeah, there's 200
And then
today.
it'll come down from that to
10 people.
a dozen.
Yeah.
So are we?
Yeah.
Are we on live stream? So I'm with Dave Green, who's president of UAW 1112 here in Lordstown, Ohio. We're talking about the Chevy plant here, which when it had maximum employment in the 80s and 90s, 14,000 employees in this community. Today, he's got 200 members, and that's going to come down over the coming weeks and months. Was called out by the president personally, but has not responded in kind, has kept the conversation elevated about his membership, about this community, and about trying to find a constructive way, and I'll allow him to talk for himself, but work with the president, anyone, to make sure that we do the right thing. What do you want people to know about Lordstown, about your UAW membership, about the value that these employees have provided for the corporation and what they could do going forward? I'm assuming you want to find a way to bring these jobs back to the community.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, is community, right? As a leader here, I not only represent the members of the UAW, which are Kmart Warehouse Distribution Center, which just recently closed a couple weeks ago. Members from Jamestown Industries, which is going to be closing, Magna Seating Systems, which is going to be closing, Lead-Act Sanitation Systems, which is going to be closing, and then there's the GM UAW unallocated workers. Since January 19th of 2017, we've lost 4,500 pretty much employees since then.
How many have left the community altogether?
We've had about 300 people go prior to GM's announcement November 26th, and a little over 400 leave since that announcement. So roughly 700 and a few people have packed up and moved and are living in some other part of the state now, or country.
You've been president here since May of 2018?
Yeah, I got elected May of 2018, just about a month after they announced the second shift was going to go away.
And you've been leading a grassroots campaign, and I think this is really important for a country that's very divided right now. You've had Democratic, Republican members of Congress, people from all walks of life in the community, rallying to what you are doing and what you are doing for your members. What would you like the federal government to do? What is the role of the federal government in this? In helping to restore these jobs back to this community that has created so much value for the GM Corporation in the first place?
I think it's just putting laws on the books that support companies that do business here, that encourage them and invest in companies and businesses that are going to grow in the United States. You know, the GOP tax cut alone has incentivized companies like General Motors to build cars outside of our borders and then ship them in. They pay half the tax on their profits from cars coming from China and Mexico. They pay 21% here, 10.5% from there. That's not fair. So make it easier for businesses to make money here in the U.S. and protect the workers. I mean, look, and I know some people don't like unions. They think we're thugs or whatever. You know, we're just working people. We just want to have a seat at the table, be honest, open, and fair day's work for a fair day's pay. There's dignity in work, and we take a lot of pride in building cars. We just want to keep building cars here.
So ensuring that in our trade policies we don't incentivize corporations moving jobs away. You mentioned a tax cut, $2 trillion went to corporations like GM, which used that to buy back shares. It helped their investors and their shareholders. Their CEO, who I believe makes around $22 million, was not especially helpful for the workers who didn't receive the benefit of that big windfall or tax break for them. Is there anything we as a country could do to partner with you, with Lordstown, with communities like this one, anything that could help them be more competitive? You mentioned other job losses in the region. What can we be doing to stem those and again, to make this community more competitive and getting them back?
Well, obviously, we've got a campaign called Drive It Home Ohio, so I encourage people to go to driveithomeohio.com, check out our website, see what we're doing here in the community. This is, again, a bipartisan effort. It's not a political thing at all. This is about community. It's about people. And when politicians come together and work together, I think that they can do great things for the community and the people. And I hope that there's people out there who recognize that. And yeah, the president called me a Democrat. I'm a registered Democrat. But I look at policies and I look at how people vote on working issues and how they treat working people. That's the backbone of our country. That's what's built our country. And I just think working folks in this country need a fair shake.
Yeah, I love that, and I love the way at the outset, even before we began live streaming, you were talking so positively about Democrats and Republicans who've been working with you, listening to you. It's really going to take all of us working together to be able to solve some of these challenges. I just want to tell you that so many of us around the country, though you might have been lit up a little bit by the president, are so proud of the way that you conducted yourself. You kept us about your membership, about the workers, about the community, about this country at its best. And so just think that's a great example. We just wanted to come and say thank you, learn a little bit from you, and make sure that we help to carry this message that you have started here and do everything we can to be helpful. So thank you for what you're doing. I know you have been up since super early this morning and meeting with folks from all over the place, taking calls from everywhere. Thank you for being so gracious and spending some time with us.
Oh, thanks for coming. Appreciate
Thank you. Yeah, very, very grateful.